Whoa. It was only a dream. Oh, wow. That was weird. Turns out tacos can actually fly. Man. Okay, well, time to go record a video. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is the boss for another little video today. Today, guys, I figured I would do my other review video that I mentioned before on Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards. This GBA game I actually wanted to cover since I did my Reshef of Destruction, I didn't say Darkness that time, review several weeks ago. So, again, if you guys haven't checked out that review, I'll leave a link to that in the description if that is something you are interested in. However, guys, today for this little review, this is actually going to be more straightforward than, Reshef of Destruction. Because unlike Reshef of Destruction, Sacred Cards is actually a pretty straightforward game. There's a couple of things that could be definitely improved with it, but I'll tell you this, it's a more straightforward, straight-shot, casual Yu-Gi-Oh! Game with a summarization of probably one of the better seasons out of the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! All the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series that have come out thus far. I can describe it this way right off the bat, guys. This game is the bomb. No? No one? No one? You didn't laugh? No? Get it? Bomb? Because, it's a grenade saying the game's great? No? You guys didn't like it? No. I'll just go. Yeah. Yeah. See you guys. I'll see you later. Don't forget to write. It was a good pun. Terrible jokes aside, guys. For this review today, we're going to be going over, two different traits like we did in Reshef of Destruction. We're going over the gameplay aspect, and then we're going over the story aspect. And then at the end of it, we're going to give an overall rating over, the game as a whole. So, let's start off with the story aspect. Surprisingly, there's not much really to go over for this particular section. The premise of the Secret Cards is, you play as a duelist, you're friends with Yugi and Joey, characters from the original series, and you're participating in the legendary Battle City Tournament. And it's really cool going through the game, interacting with people from the TV shows, being able to duel. It's like a summarized version of the Battle City series. You go through the tournament, you get all the locator cards, you go through, the whole stuff that happened on the airship with, Yami Merrick coming to surface and everything. And then it ends with you at the end of the game, you end up dueling Yami Merrick, and of course the ending is slightly different because, you have to give away the god cards at the end of the game, which I honestly think's really, really, really stupid, because you don't get to use Obelisk for that long, you don't really use Slifer that much, and I hate to say this too, but you don't even get to use the Winged Dragon of Ra. You get that at the end of the game, and you have to give the God cards back at the end. I'm not even kidding, guys. If I had to, I like the story, I like the fact that it goes over Battle City, but it completely skips over the ability to use a lot of the major God cards. From what I've heard, the only way that you could use the Winged Dragon of Ra is if you use a freaking cheat, or a Game Shark or something like that. You have to use some kind of modding type thing for these GBA games in order to actually use the Winged Dragon of Ra. And as we're going to discuss a little bit in the gameplay aspect, I don't really think you need to anyway. So, story is a pretty good summarization. I really, really loved the story element of it with Battle City and everything else going on. But, in all honesty, I wish the story would have been longer. I wish that there would have been a lot more points covered from the TV series. They covered all the main points, like the Yugi-Joey duel when he's possessed by Merrick, the various duels with, Merrick's henchmen in various different locations. It stays true to major points that happen in Battle City. It's just not as detailed. There's also slight tweaks in, what's happened, because, for example, you go into the museum, you duel a Shizu, then you duel Kaiba for the right to get Obelisk, so Kaiba never gets Obelisk in the series, and in this game, actually, Kaiba loses to Merrick, so he ends up, in a coma until you beat Merrick at the end. Same thing with Bakura and Odeon, with, actually, no, and see, this is a surprising thing, too. the game starts off like one of the first duels with Yugi dueling Bakura, but he doesn't get sent to the Shadow Realm because I guess he doesn't, duel Merrick, so I guess that's off the table. Joey actually ends up going to the Shadow Realm in this one, which, for those of you who watched the original series, you know that he didn't get sent to the Shadow Realm when he lost that duel in the original series. There is no freaking way. He was knocked out. He strong-willed, resisted. But either way, there's slight tweaks to the game, but overall the story is just basically like, it's a summarization of Battle City. Like, there's nothing else to it. So overall, I really, really enjoyed, the story of this game. It was pretty average. It just ran over the events of Battle City, but except you don't get to use the freaking Egyptian god cards. Dang it. And yes, I have them. I did it in a box opening of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legendary Collection. If you guys want to go see me unbox these cards and various other cards, the link is also in the description for that video. Shameless self-promotion for other videos for the win. Let's get on with the gameplay. So, the gameplay element of it is actually very, very different from Reshef for Destruction. As I mentioned in my Reshef for Destruction review, that game is totally off the wall with the difficulty and the way that you have to rank your duelist level and your deck capacity to get strong monsters. This game isn't. Right off the bat, whenever you have the original deck before you start buying cards and upgrading it throughout the game, you actually get a decent amount of cards that would have taken you about halfway through the game of Reshef for Destruction in order to acquire any of those cards. So, great off the bat. There's a ton of duelists that you can duel there, regular duelist, named duelist. You can get some really powerful cards as per the rules of Battle City, get the rarest card, so that still applies. But you get a lot more money, you get it more frequently, and the stuff at the shop is actually affordable. Like, this is a terrible example because I don't remember exactly what the prices were. Say that in Reshef for Destruction you want to get a Blue Eyes. It's 40,000 Domino. Let's say you want to buy it in, Sacred Cards. It's about 1,000 to 2,000 Domino. Now, is that a significant price range? Yes. Yes, it is. To answer any and all questions, yes, it is. This game's monetary system with the shop is very, very good. I don't remember if the code machine's still in effect in this game. I think so, but I think you still have to pay 1,000 Domino for it, but it's way cheaper, you get more money, it's just a way better shop system. Especially for you can easily level up your duelist level, you have plenty of opportunities to do it, you can just grind for as long as you want to. Not that there's any real need to, because the duelists in these games are not that hard. There was only like 2 or 3 points where they were like, really counting the Merrick final boss fight, but honestly, he wasn't really that difficult either. But the duelists are way easier, they still hold some of the original cards from Battle City, and there's still, on occasion, they can be difficult, especially Strings. I remember he was difficult for me to beat at first, but eventually I did whenever I played through this game, but, it was just really cool. It was really cool to, see the originality, and also the fact that they're taking it easier on us than it freaking was in Sacred Cards. Reshef for Destruction. Dang it, I keep mixing up my words. Dang it. But overall, though, the gameplay element of this game is way better. I wish they would have stuck with this in, Reshef for Destruction. Not to make the game, like, super easy or anything like that, but, make it a bit easier, if that makes sense, Like, instead of having us grind for, like, 24 hours or something like that, I would like to actually be able to use really good cards to defeat the hard duelist, because you can put several hours into that game and not really make much story progression at, like, the middle point of the game, so I don't know. It's just really stupid. But overall, though, I think that the gameplay of Sacred Cards is really, really good. Definitely better than Reshef for Destruction. But I think this game needed more variety to make it way better. It definitely needed more story element to it. And the gameplay overall, though, I didn't really have a problem with. So overall, if I had to give Sacred Cards a rating for this episode, I would give Sacred Cards probably an 8 out of 10, because the gameplay was really good. I really did enjoy it. But the story was really good too. I love the summarization of Battle City, but unfortunately, it didn't have as much detail as what I was kind of hoping that it would. But overall, a very good game. I would recommend playing this game if you guys have a Game Boy Advance, or if you guys have this game, give it a play if you haven't played it in a while. And if you don't have this game, go pick it up, man. They're somewhere out there in the world. Either way, though, thank you guys so much for watching today's review. I will be working on the Q&A video. I have a ton of questions, mostly thanks to Patrick, but, if you guys want to leave any last-minute questions, now's your chance to do so in the comment section of this video to get your questions featured. I'm probably going to end up having to make a 2-part Q&A videos. So, because there's a ton of questions. Thank you, Patrick, and thank you everyone else who's submitted so far. But dang, we have a lot of questions. But hey, I love that. But anyway, guys, so do that if you guys have any questions. And, of course, leave a like on this video if you did enjoy. And subscribe to the channel to catch the future videos. As well as, coming back, check out the channel. Check out some old stuff. Check out some new stuff. That kind of deal. And overall, guys, thank you once again for watching. And until next time, it's your boy, the boss. Peace out.